Welcome to my channel.
Signs that you may have high-functioning depression. Read to know. When we picture someone suffering from depression, most of us imagine someone who has trouble getting out of the bed, someone who doesn't go to social gatherings, or someone who is perpetually exhausted. And this is where we all are grossly mistaken. We never envision that popular friend of ours who always seems to have everything together, neither do we picture that ever-charming co-worker who always seems to churn out the best work, evoking envy. We never pause to wonder if all these perfect people might be silently dealing with something devastating in life. They might be self-critical to a fault or falling apart silently. These are exactly the kind of people that evoke reactions like, "Oh, I could never imagine you suffering from depression," or the classic "You don't look depressed though." Sadly, we conveniently forget that depression does not have a face. It looks different on different faces. Some fight the mind-numbing pain by heading to work, while some prefer to drown their panic attacks by not stepping out of the comfort of their homes. This is why it is important to note that people who do not fit the stereotypes that we have built for depression could be silently fighting an invisible fight with high-functioning depression. The scary part about high-functioning depression that it doesn't come with symptoms that are typically associated with depression. As a result, those suffering from it often look like they are holding it all together, as it is not always obvious to those around them. What is high-functioning depression? High-functioning depression is clinically known as dysthymia or persistent depressive disorder. It is a low-grade depression that is known to last for 2 or more years, unlike major depression that usually lasts for 6-12 months. People suffering from high-functioning depression may look productive from the outside, but there is a reason they keep postponing dinner with friends or catching up with someone they genuinely like. This is because they only have so much of mental strength to get through the day. They appear to be handling things just fine while being on the brink of collapse on the inside. Those might also resist seeking treatment due to the lack of typical symptoms of depression. What are the symptoms of high-functioning depression? One of the telltale signs of dysthymia is the general lack of energy or constant fatigue. This extends to feeling perpetually low and unhappy. So if you are putting on a brave face day after day, even after being frustrated by not being able to pinpoint what is wrong, it might be dysthymia lurking in the background. Some of the signs that you have dysthymia are: 1. Being happy requires an enormous amount of effort. 2. Low on energy. 3. Chronic irritability and anger on yourself or others. 4. Constant self-doubt. 5. Feeling hopeless and generalized sadness. 6. Indecisiveness in every aspect of life, including jobs and relationships. 7. Trying to escape your life by turning towards your coping mechanisms, including binge watching, sleeping, using alcohol, etc. While these symptoms may not be as severe as those of major depression, they still rob you of the ability to be happy and live your life to the fullest while letting you lead life in a slow motion. Treatment options. The most important part is to remember that high-functioning depression should not become a lifestyle choice, as most people who suffer from this form of depression just assume that this is how life is. They slap on a brave face and go through the ordeal, day after day, like it is completely normal. Life might be hard, but struggling to get through the day and getting exhausted just by the thought of getting up tomorrow signals that you need help. Furthermore, it is crucial to seek professional help because we let the world define us so much so that we actually end up believing that we are lazy or antisocial, completely forgetting about the battles we are fighting inside us. You need to start somewhere, and the best way would be to confide in someone you trust. The important point is that you do need to see a therapist and start with your treatment. Remember that high-functioning depression is highly treatable and you don't have to keep living this way.